Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Ben from the Parker Brothers and welcome back to another fishing video. Today you join me down Berners Hall. Now I'm smiling from eye to eye? Ear to ear, because this is probably one of my most favourite day tickets in the country. Probably to do with the fact that it's done me 340s in the past over the last 3 years, and if I'm honest with you, there's some absolute bouters in it. There's probably a couple of fish that are knocking the 50-pound barra at the moment, and my target this year, well, I say my target would make my year, also a target is catching a 50-pounder. And if I'm going to do it anywhere, this is the place that's going to happen. So I'm here for the next 48 hours, and I'm with one of my good friends, Gareth. Now, this gentleman is also a Parker Baits ambassador, and we'll also speak to him on the 48-hour session. So he's with me, he's in the peg next door to me. I think we're at pegs 22 and 21, so on the tyre bank this time. I haven't been on here in over a year, I think now, this particular bank. I think I fished the peg up from it when I had the general, and I think that went 41.8 or something like that, which is a nice mirror from the peg up. So there it is. That's how long I'm here for. That's where I am, and that is who I am with, guys. And I'm going to bring you on my journey over the next 48 hours, and hopefully I can bring you an absolute banger. Now, if you haven't seen me before, my name's Ben. Now, we upload every 7:30 to the Parker Brothers YouTube channel. Now, we do upload sometimes on a Wednesday, 7:30, but obviously it depends on time and everything else. But we always upload on a 7:30 on a Sunday. So if you are free, join the Parker Baits wave, get involved with the video. There's like-minded fishermen, a bit of banter thrown in the mix, and it's somewhere where everybody can join in on a Sunday evening, and yeah, just have a chat basically, and just catch up, see what people have been doing throughout the week, and also enjoy the video together. So without further ado, I'm going to start this video, guys. Give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward, and hopefully myself and Gareth can get some Nosser pigs on the bank and bring you an absolute banger. So I am back at probably, like I said, one of my favourite venues in the UK. Let's touch on what happened this morning. So gate opened, Gareth got in a little bit before me, to be honest with you, so we had a walk round. He was here a little bit earlier than me. I turned up a bit late, if I'm brutally honest with you. So he's done a lap, tried finding the fish. Now, it was quickly very apparent that the lake is absolutely heaving with people, but surprisingly the tire wall had nobody fishing it, which blows my mind, if I'm honest with you, because normally everybody jumps straight in the tire wall. These pegs do some big fish, which is just very strange. The island pegs, opposite the island pegs where I was here before, right up, if you were looking sort of the main body of the lake, right up the back of the island, and that's also where I had Eric's, is where Eric's Ghostie. There, it's just rammed, it's just full. There was two pegs right up the other end of the lake, and there was a lot of bird life on top, and I mean a lot of bird life, so that was an eyebrow raiser, to say the least. And when Gareth sort of rang me, he was like, oh, you know, we could either do that, are the fish sitting off the back of all the pressure because there's so many people on in the shallower water? That was an option, and that still is an option, because if it doesn't happen over the next 24, we could move if we see signs. Because again, also with these pegs, and the reasons why we pick these pegs is because you've got a lot of vision. You can look, if you go down one more peg, you're almost looking at the island, but because I'm just up from the island, I'm in. I'm back. Oh mate, that scared me a little. It ran down to my rods. I don't know what happened there. Wind was quite aggressive, so it probably was something to do with it. So where was I? Saying about vision. So yeah, so this particular leg, you can actually see right up the lake, which is fantastic, because obviously if you can sit there, lock on, you can use your watercraft and then jump on the fish if you need to. So we opted to sit in the middle pegs on the tire wall. Definitely wind. I pulled you outside them and just grabbed the tripod. It's I think that's definitely wind, to be honest with you. I don't get too excited. Pretty sure that is is the wind down there. It's mental, mate. I've just been so let me touch on what I've done. So obviously jumped in the middle of the tide wall, like I've mentioned, turned up, and there's this patch of coots, and they keep diving down on something, whether that's old bait or the fish is sort of erupting something at the bottom, they're eating that, or whether it's weed, I don't know, but they're just staying right in the middle of me and Gareth, these two pegs, and they've stayed there the whole entire time we've been here, and they're still there now. Now, what I've done is I found a spot, so I've put my rod out, and to be honest with you, I found a spot which was just over 14, but these coots were sitting off the back, so it went massive weed bed, or quite a big weed bed to a degree. It was like a lip of it, or a big patch of it. I was fishing just over 14 wraps. I thought, yeah, that's nice. I want to go a little bit further, and I ideally want to be in line with them coots, so I did. I pushed it, when I added another 4 wraps on, and I found a lovely bit. So I'm fishing just off the back of a weed bed again, but it's just under 19 wraps, but just over 18 and a half, if you like, so sort of in the middle of the two. I'm fishing 13-foot rods as well, by the way. So that is what I've done, and literally I've clipped all the rods up at the same, I've done the spawn the same, I've made a nice mix, lots of naturals in there, a couple of handfuls of 10 mils, the sauce, and loads of the fruity nut chops, mixed it all in, loads of the sauce, loads of the fruity nut sauce, mixed it all in, and I've given them about 15 spawns on the absolute money. Prior to that, I put my 3 rods out, so what I've done is, I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my time and go boom, boom, boom with my rods and try and get them as tight as I can. With this horrible crosswind, it took me a few goes. In the end, I went for Medusas on all 3 of them, because that's been doing me well at the moment. It's winter, and obviously I've got naturals in my mix, but I've got a fruity nut white on 15mm cut down. I've got a 15mm washed out pink fruity nut cut down, and I've also got a high vis pineapple because they're yellow, and I'm not going to lie, I've got a sprinkle of sweet corn in the mix, and that's the reason for putting that on. I've put 3 reds on the money, 15 spawns on the spot, and that's exactly what I've done to point. I'm going to leave it now, watch the water. Unfortunately, at the moment, my bivvy, obviously you're not going to be seeing this, my bivvy, I'm looking up because I've tilted my bivvy to blooming stop the wind coming in or ripping me out. I've put all the pegs in at angles so it doesn't pull up tonight, but it is savage to say the least. You're going to see a lot of bivvy work, a lot of video work in the bivvy over the Drace in this session. And when I speak to Gareth later on in the video, I'm sure we'll be in his bivvy and we'll talk, because it's just a lot more better, because you haven't got and wind noise, because I haven't got the flexibility of a mic here at the moment because of the particular camera I've got. So there it is. That is exactly what I'm doing. Like I said, not only do I want to bring on my journey, but also I want to show you, I wouldn't say tips, I just want to show you how I fish. Now that's a massive part of the channel. Now I'm not one of these people that says, you must do this, you should do that, and if you don't do that, you're stupid. All I do is basically do my own fishing, my own style, like I have done for years. That's how I fish, and if people want to take things away from that, that's fine. I'm not going to push anything on anyone, but that's what I love about fishing. Everybody's got their own take, everybody's got their own twists, everybody's got their own rigs that they use, bait, etc., and that is what I love about fishing. So I'm going to shut my mouth, I'm going to a bit brutal, I'm going to shut up, I'm going to watch the water, and yeah, and hopefully I can see signs of fish, act upon it if necessary. If I see anything, if I see things, I can put singles on them. Grumpy, solar video, can't knock them. They come up, the solar boys, and they ripped it apart. He had a 50-pounder on a single, and the video's unbelievable, and fair play to you. What a weapon the fish was. It's yeah, say no more. That would massively put a smile on my face. I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'll see you in a bit.
Well, now really, when we go back then to falling in love, we don't say rising into love. There is in it the idea of the fall. And it goes back, as a matter of fact, to extremely fundamental things. That there is always a curious tie, between the fall and the creation. Taking this ghastly risk is the condition of there being life. See, for all, the life is an act of faith and an act of gambling. The moment you enter into any kind of human undertaking in relationship, what an act of faith. See, you've given yourself up.
Wow, it's all going off here. The winds.
Have a nice bit of food first, and then we'll catch some fish.
So the man's spoken. You can see the wind coming in. Hopefully, it's not picking that up on the camera there. I'm putting my hand over the top of it to stop the wind again. But yeah, right. It's got ridge monkey here. Fancy bit of kit. And we're going to have steak in some paella tonight. So I'll keep you in the loop. But I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah. Makes my ridge monkey little stove and what have you look like it's come out of a cracker in comparison. But yeah, looking forward to dinner. Come on the carp. Wow, the foodie bits and the foodie bits have taken a whole new level this evening. So we have got sirloin steaks there, which yeah, prawns as well. Garlic prawns with butter, so they look lovely. And look at this, pre-chopped. I'll bring it over. I'm guessing there's onions, some peas, some different bits and bobs in there. Fair play. This is yeah, definitely a different level to what I normally do on the bank. See, that's familiar to me. Rice. Put it in a bag or fry it, and on my occasion, oh, just had a beat then, or someone did. But yeah, lovely jubbly. Again, I'm going to keep you in the loop. I'm really looking forward to dinner, to say the least. Well, if I'm honest, this shocked me because I couldn't quite believe it when he started turning a gas bottle on the end of it. But this is actually gas, and you can, I'm guessing you can put coals in, mate, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Definitely need to invest for the summer months for sure, because this should be lovely. Getting out on the bank with the lads and making a proper barbecue. You could have a variety of burgers on there, chicken and all sorts. But yeah, a ridge monkey bit of kit. Chef Ramsay in his natural habitat. Well, I'm not gonna lie, Nick, when you're watching this, mate, I know you made me a nice meal, but I think he's just taking this to a whole new level. Look at this, paella, prawn, steak. I'm literally in heaven right now. I got a lake with a view, a nice steak meal. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Lovely jubbly. Come on, them carpies. So Bosh, there it is. A steak meal for two. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Hopefully we get some absolute bangers tonight. I'm going to sit down now, enjoy this, and thoroughly enjoy our evening. Well, I'm not going to lie, guys. Dinner was absolutely banging, and I mean really banging. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So we're going to have a nice little drink behind us, and I've got these to wash it down. Some nice Gareth, the old favourites. I've had a few people in the comments saying, where are the boldies, Ben? Where they are, they're back. See, I'm going to enjoy some biscuits this evening, and just hopefully it happens. I don't think I'm going to bring my rods in. I really don't think. I'm going to leave them till the morning now, probably about 11 o'clock. And a lot of you may know, who do watch the channel, know that I'm not one of these people that gets up first thing in the morning and reels their rods in. I like to leave it a little bit and sort of leave it till maybe 10:30, 11, because I do feel that's a very good time to get a bite. So there it is. I'm going to leave it at that and let that darkness fold in now. We're going to watch it lock onto the water and just hopefully we can see signs of something. I mean, if there is a fish show or something like that, we can act upon it, put singles on it. We've also got a big mass of water over to our right as well, over here, and again I'll probably show you that tomorrow. Fish could be in there, fish could show, again we can act upon it necessary if something does. So there it is. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Garibaldi time. So look at this gadget he's just pulled out, so a light on the end of the spot. Oh, sorry mate, throwing it at your head. But yeah, you get a good gauge. It's going to be interesting to see how that flies. Spomming at night time, no problem. Clever. You see the light coming back. How cool's that? Never seen that before. But wow, I'm back in the bivvy and I have had a lovely dinner. And he's the man of gadgets, because look, I've got a walkie-talkie now, and we've already checked it and it's working. So if we get anything in the night, I can keep him in the loop, we can keep each other in the loop. But it is now just gone 7 o'clock and I'm going to sit in for the night now, watch the water for the next couple of hours prior to going to bed, and I'm probably not going to touch base with you now until we get a fish. But what a lovely evening it's been. I've had a lovely steak meal. I'm sat here now completely satisfied. I've had a couple of drinks. It's been absolutely lovely. It thoroughly has been. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, to say the least. So I'm going to leave it at that, and hopefully next time you see me, myself or Gareth, have got an absolute banger in the net. That would be the absolute ultimate now. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm going to sit back now. You know, if I'm honest with you, I reckon it's going to be early hours. I mean, the peg when I had the General, it was early hours. I remember it very fondly. Middle rod, I think it was, screamed off. Absolutely unbelievable. Played it for ages, scrambled to put the waders on and stuff. But that was, I think it was about 6, 7 in the morning. So yeah, I'll be, I'm sure I'll have one eye open at that sort of time. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. And like I said, I'll touch base with you hopefully very, very soon. I'll see you in a bit. Well, it's about 1 in the morning at the moment and the wind's still coming in, not quite as aggressive, but yeah, all it takes is one fish to come over them spots. So a little red dot in the background, I'm just to the right of that. Yeah. Come on, carp. Good morning. Just gone 7:30 and look at that, mate. Doesn't that look lovely? Don't that look lovely? Wind's still coming down this way, but it's definitely not as aggressive as yesterday, I don't think. But yeah, mega morning. Thought it'd be a good time to sort of keep in the loop really of what I've been doing or what I've done this morning. So I woke up, had a coffee, watched the water for 2 hours, 3 hours. I got up sort of just before the sunrise, and basically what I did is I was looking at the water and there's a massive body of water to my left that I'm not fishing. It's my water, but I'm not fishing because I've actually kicked my rod slightly to the right. So trying to think, I need to try and use, and time's running out now, I need to try and find these fish. So what I've done is, it took me about 8 casts, I'm not going to lie, but I found a patch on my limit. I think it's 24 wraps is the limit. So I'm 24 wraps in line with the island, just to the right of it if you were looking at it from this swim. And there's a tree line, it drops down like that. I'm literally smack bang in the middle of this bit where it comes down and goes like that. And it's about 3 foot wide, and I would probably say it's maybe 7-8 foot that way, because you can feel that, because if you hold your tip up and push your tip forward, it's still clear when you pull it back. So what I've done is I thought, right, no brainer. So I've put a wafter on, single wafter on its own, and I've put the flat spot all over it. Left it for a little while for it to seep in, and then I've pinged that straight on the spot, hit clip lovely. Thud, got a lovely thud. I think, right, that's definitely fishing. So I've literally left that left-hand rod. I don't want to touch the, I know I said to you in the morning I'm not one of these people that reels in first thing, but it's just, I need to try and, I'm not catching, so I need to try and find these fish. I've kept the 2 rods on the spot, I haven't moved them. All I've moved is just taken that 3rd rod off, and obviously tried using this extra bit of water that I've got. So I'm sure I'll bring you some foodie bits this morning. I think we're going to have some eggs and bacon maybe. So I'm smiling, you mentioned food. Another thing I was thinking earlier as well, just rolling back, so I think it was not last year, the year before, when I was up here in Gareth's Peg behind, when I had the general, the first night, last night, I had nothing. It was the second morning of leaving, I think it was, when I was up here with Nick, that rod tanked off first thing, and it was like a 6-7 in the morning jobby, and I landed this fish and it was an absolute monster. So I've also got that floating around in the back of my head. If it doesn't happen in the first 24, will it happen in the last? Obviously got to be off tomorrow, then heading back home, so hopefully it does. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, I was just on my phone to my mate Dean, and he's bringing me over breakfast. I didn't have a chance to cook it this morning. I got my ketchup there. I'm just going to go over it and thank him now. But sorry about the wind. But yeah, breakfast time with view. Lovely jubbly. Right, wow. I'm just taking my sunglasses off because the sun is right in my eyes. It's right looking up the lake at the moment. To hit the spot, you need them on. So where am I at? So obviously this morning I woke up. Obviously moved the rod to the left hand side on a single. I think I mentioned that to you. And then I moved on to the rods on the spot. So about 10 o'clock I thought, you know what, I'm gonna reel him in. I've left it long enough now, so I reeled him in. I tied up a zig. Now I put on my normal go-to zig, a little bit of black foam, little red medium kicker, size 8 wide gape hook, real sharp, the ones out of the packets. Put that on, and I've fished out on the left hand rod on the baited spot, and on the right hand rod I've kept it on the bottom. The only downfall is at this place you're only allowed 1 zig. I mean, ideally I'm one of these people that if I'm going to do zigs, I'd rather put out 3 zigs, and you can really get a proper gauge of actually what's going on, as opposed to putting 1 out and go not really know what's going on. So anyway, I've went with 1 because that's what I've had to do, but I definitely want to put it out, so I'm going to start. I've started that at 6 and I can start throwing it down. I know that Gareth's got one on, and I think his is about 2 or 3. So yeah, there it is, zigs out, that's where I'm at now. But time for a coffee, lock onto the water, and hopefully, just hopefully something happens, or I see signs of something and then I can act upon it. I'll see you in a bit. Right then guys, you join me in Garedd's swim now. Mate, I think the best way of kicking this off, and also welcome, this is the first time you've seen this gentleman on the channel, so welcome mate.
Welcome.
And a new Parker Baits ambassador, mate. Welcome to the team, and it really is a pleasure to have you on board. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you do this year with the whole BYCAC. You're a matchy man, aren't you?
Yeah, no, getting into makes you get to fish a lot of different places.
Yeah.
So using that at the start and just become a bit addicted to it. Really.
Brilliant. So let's kick this off, mate. I think the perfect way of starting this and kicking this off is obviously you were down here, what, 2-3 weeks ago, was it?
3 weeks ago, I think it was the 7th of January, so pretty early in the year.
And it went well, mate, didn't it, to say the least?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty similar to what we've got today. It was tough conditions.
Yeah.
I've turned up, I was booked in for 72 hour actually, and I come up on my own. I wanted to do a bit of bait testing and rig testing.
Yeah.
And turned up, 1 swim available.
1 swim on the whole lake.
1 swim, you know. Look, we've turned up today, you know, and it's against us.
Right, okay.
Luckily number 13 is my lucky number. So I've looked out and literally all the birds sort of bang out in the middle, sort of 28, 29 wraps out into the middle of the lake. Now
you're one for this, mate. Now we've been talking about this a lot. I'm not a massive one for it, but ever since you've been here, you've been bringing up the birds a lot, mate, haven't you? That's something you look for a lot in your angling. Yeah,
I think with match fishing, a lot comes down to your watercraft.
Yeah.
Where's the wind going, where the birds are.
Yeah.
Now, when you see, a lot of people hate the coots dropping down on their baits and they try and shoo them off.
Yeah.
It's a proven fact that they actually attract the big carp.
Yeah.
Now, if you see the ducks and they're all congregate, it'll be 2 things. It's either there because of the warm water.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to huddle up like the fish. Where the fish going to be?
Yeah.
Or the fish are feeding, and because they can't dive that deep down, they're eating all the particles.
Yeah.
So when you see the coots and that diving down, don't be afraid of it. Just fill it in a little bit more.
Yeah, I love that.
But anyway, so that was at the start of the session. I see everything for me was very similar today. apart from full moons coming in.
Right. Okay.
And that's also another big thing, you know, as you know, Ben,
Yeah.
from your trips away and coming into the full moons.
It's done me well in the past. I think it takes a massive part. I mean, I do look for that. I know you do as well, mate. We've had this conversation, and if you can get on a phase or just before or just after it, it is a winner, mate, and it really is. It can change and put big fish on the bank. Normally all them big boys come out at that period of time, don't they?
You know, we've had conversations over the weeks, and it's very similar. And it is doing your homework on lakes, knowing when they come out, what time of year. But that's as you either coming out camping or you're coming out to catch.
Yeah. So talking of catching them, mate, A12 lakes, I gave people a bit of a taste in their mouth of your session, and you may have seen this already on the channel, guys, but it'll be brilliant now to sort of pick your brains a little bit to see exactly what you were doing on the day, mate. I know the reasons why you went in the peg. Obviously you've seen these birds, but that's where we're up to in the story now. So talk me through them, mate, where it sort of unfolded from this point, the first fish you had, what you were doing, the reasons why you done it.
Yeah, so I was pretty limited, to be fair, but I was lucky. You know, I said it was number 13, come out, and I'd seen in the middle of the lake these birds. Yeah. So I worked out, I got my marker float, and I did one cast. Right. Which basically was 28 wraps. 28 wraps, yeah. I hit into the middle of them, I brought back, I wrapped up all 3 rods to that.
And I'm guessing this was clear on that first chuck as well?
I didn't really care. Right, okay. To be fair. Okay, I just wanted to get it into where these birds were, but I didn't actually go into the middle of them. I went over to the side. Gotcha. So I wasn't going to scare them away, and I wasn't going to ruin the spot. Interesting. So it didn't really matter. You know, there might have been a big load of weed there, but I didn't think so, just from knowing the lake. Yeah. So I set up 3 rigs. I set up a stiff hinge rig. I set up a multi-rig, combi rig. Yeah. And set up a solid bag. Right. So I had all 3. So basically, one I'd pop up. All bases covered, sort of thing. All bases covered, yeah. And basically put them all out on the spot, bang in the middle of these birds. I didn't top up. I didn't anything. I just literally. That's a bold move, mate, isn't it? Really, it really is. And fair play to you, because the guys here, they've been here since the Sunday, and I think I turned up on the Wednesday or the Thursday. I think Wednesday. Yeah. Same days you did at A12. So we was both. We were liaising, weren't we, together at the time? Yeah. Yeah. And nothing had been caught. Right. So, you know, I didn't want to just come in and start filling it in. Yeah. But I just knew where those birds were. Yeah, yeah. Well, 20 minutes went by and my watch screamed off. Right. So basically I played that, as you can imagine, and people paying a bit of attention. So first one. Common, was it? Yeah, beautiful common. Had a patch on its side. I don't think those ones didn't go out to social media. Yeah, but, I think it was a 29, around about 29. Gotcha. 26, 29. Yeah, It was a nice thing. A nice way to kick it off. It was a nice way to kick it off, yeah, because not only literally, it was within the first 20 minutes. Gotcha. 20 minutes, it's madness. But best honestly, you just sent me out the new OG fish pop-up. Yeah, yeah. And I don't normally use pop-ups. Yeah. I'm more of a wafter, bottom bait, you know, critically balanced. But I used it, and I used it over. I've actually got the exact rig here. Have you? Yeah. So, you know, I know we've been talking, but... So, a stiff hinge rig. Obviously, it's been used now, but... which had gone through, I'd used about a bit longer, probably about an 8-inch boom. Yeah. And then stiff hinge chod, which had gone through, weighted, critically balanced, with the new OG fruit test pop-up. Yeah, yeah. And that was the first one. So as you can imagine, I was looking at this thinking, well, everything's now got to go. Got to go on it. Yeah, got to go over. Yeah. But before I could do anything, my wafter, middle rod. That was a middle, right? Okay. Has now gone off. Right. I mean, I can't. Was this a solid bag rig? No. This was the one using the OG fruit and nut wafter. Yeah. Which was on the combi rig. On the combi. Gotcha. Yes, rig. I did see that. I remember seeing that. Yeah. Again, what I'll do is, guys, I'll put that up on the screen now so you can get a gauge of what that looks like. Very tidy, and a very. To be honest, it's what's caught me. All my big ones up here. Well, sorry, 2 of the big ones have come on combis. This similar setup, I fish a slightly longer length, but I love how he keeps it short and sweet there with that supple bit at the end. Very aggressive and a very good way of fishing, mate, isn't it? Really. So that then had gone off. So I was going to go fully over to pop-ups.
Yeah.
So anyway, that ended up being a stunning linear.
Right, lovely.
I mean, possibly one of the best looking fish I think I've ever caught.
Wow.
Well, you know, and I've been fishing 40 years.
Nice.
Stunning fish. Yeah, so I think you've put the pictures up previously.
Beautiful, beautiful.
But yeah, it was a different class. So now it's a bit of a conundrum. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
So that's 2 fish now within the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I put them back out. I put the same rigs back out, just thinking, you know, I've got this. And obviously, then I decided for each bite I caught, I put over probably about 3 or 4 spoms over the top.
So not much, but enough.
No, I kept it, and we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
Chops, 10 mils, sauce, magic dust, a flat spot.
Yeah.
You know, keeping it in with that had gone through, and you know, and had done me well at the A12 competition, which I won. I used the same thing, and it worked for me.
Yeah.
Turned up here, the lake wasn't fishing, but now we're 2 in, so now it's coming to darkness, late afternoon. Decided that I was going to actually change to zigs to start looking at, because it had then gone really quiet.
It died off a bit at this point.
It died off a bit. Nobody else is catching coming through, so
sure.
I then looked at it and I thought, no, I'm going to stick with the bottom baits. Excuse me, with the phone. Stick with the bottom bait. So I came off and I went to all 3 onto my combi rig.
Yeah.
Next morning, come about, and then I think I had my 3rd fish that had come through.
Little scaly one, was it?
Little scaly, and you know, I wouldn't normally take a picture of something. I mean, it was a high.
I know the fish. It was a banger. I know exactly the fish.
But fully scaled banger. It is going to be one of those that's just going to be. It's going to be a named fish
in for years to come. Yeah, sure.
Stunning fish. You know, people come up, and it was little, but beautiful thing. So that then came at 10 o'clock the next morning.
You caught his brother, didn't you? The bigger one.
And I think I sent you the picture. All I want now is his big brother to turn up. Well, not his big brother, his mum turned up.
Yeah. Certainly did, mate, didn't it?
£35.7, I think it came in at. Oh, and it was
what
just
a fish.
It was its mum. It was just a giant version of it.
And what a fish it was, mate, and fair play to you. That for me is definitely one I would love to have in my photo album, for sure. For sure.
Well, you know, I'm there, I'm 24 hours in, the wind I knew and weather was changing, full moon was coming in that night.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I'd pushed my luck. I'm already now 3-4 fish in.
Yeah.
It's now coming into, so that was my 2nd fish on my 2nd day.
Yeah.
Well, the OG fruit and nut on my combi rig.
Yeah.
It's gone again.
Right.
This one came in, and I did some video footage, some guys that had been out. I was fishing here on my own, and you know, it was causing a little bit of a stir, to be fair. Nobody was catching, everyone's coming up like, what are you doing? And this one ended up being called, it was a known fish called Ollie's. Now, we think we might have the weight wrong, because it was caught last year at £39.
Yeah.
I'm not going to describe, you know, what people want to say weights are.
Yeah.
But as you've seen the fish, you know, it was a job.
It was a banger, mate. That, again, every single fish in here, Berners is just a place that keeps on giving, mate. It's beautiful. It really is. The fish stock is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
To say the least. So you've then had this one, just under £40, but don't stop there, mate, does it?
Well, no, darkness is coming in, and I'll be honest, because it's daytime. It has been here for a good sort of 2-3 months at the moment. It's been daytime. Night times you might as well just, you know, have your social and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe if you zig, you might have a bit of luck.
Okay. Yeah.
Other than that, the temperature we've been having is daytime. It's just turning. And my rod is, but it was like a liner.
Yeah. Right, real slow take sort of thing.
It was like it wasn't bothered. There was a 5-ounce lead sat on the bottom of it.
Really? Wow.
And I thought it was a liner.
Right.
So I've gone down to it, or a bream, you know, one of those, but I don't think there's many in there. And I didn't hit into it. I just sort of tried and pulled. All this, it was just solid, and it just went.
Right.
And you know, and now
just held on.
It wasn't, you know the smaller fish, even your 30s call them small fish, and I went through years of catching 30s.
Yeah.
This thing was just like putting it on the back of a train and the train driving off.
Yeah, sure.
No stopping it. Well, 40 minutes took me to get it in.
God.
And then when we've got it to the net, my PB. I'd already broken my PB with Ollie's.
Oh mate, what a moment.
And this one's called, so obviously all the pictures were sent to Berners.
Yeah.
They've got a record of every fish that was in here.
Yeah.
And Callum, who's the bailiff down here, saying Andy, who own it, they do a terrific job here, but every
really
fish
do.
is known.
Yeah, shout out to them too.
Yeah, and basically there's a fish called Rex.
Rex, yeah.
Rex.
I do. Oh, mate, and it is a fish, guys, and obviously you're seeing this now on the screen. What an absolute banger, mate! And again, congratulations on it. Not only a PB, but a name fish and a banger.
Well, I said 2 days to go, but I thought this isn't going to. The weather came in. We was having 60 mile an hour sideways wind with rain. I got up next morning and thought, I've had the session of a lifetime.
Yeah,
I'm going home.
You need to leave.
So I packed up and went home, and that basically was the session.
So there it is, mate. Thank you very much. It was really nice to pick your brains there. A real good insight onto how it went for you, and maybe you guys can take some tips from this and use it in your own fishing when you're out on the bank. So thanks again, mate, for that. I really do appreciate it. And you're going to see a lot more of this gentleman on the channel over the duration next year. And all the best, mate, in the matches. I really do wish you all the best. And as a team here at Parker Baits, we're all here supporting you. And come home with a big boy, mate. Good luck. Good luck. Cheers, mate. Right, well, I hope you like that. I'm back in my bivvy now, but I wanted to almost pick his brains and sort of see what was going on. And like I said, welcome to the team, mate. It's a pleasure to have you on board. It really, really is. And make sure you go over and check out his social medias, guys. Very, very good angler, and supporting the best. And hopefully he has it off on the championships. I really do hope he does, and also the Berners Cup as well. It's really nice to get behind it again. It's got a close place in my heart, it really has. I used to do a lot of it when I was younger, and then I sort of faded away from it. When you sort of get older, as you do, everybody knows the reasons, and you go from there. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys, but I really do hope you've liked that, because that's probably the longest I've sort of interviewed someone, if you like, and something completely different to the Parker Brothers YouTube channel. So yeah, I do hope you've liked it. I generally do. And thanks again, mate, for taking the time out to me to get a bit of video and pick your brains. So there it is. So I'm going to leave it at that, and keep watching that water. Nothing's really going on out there at the moment. I have been watching as we've been videoing this afternoon, and it's just pretty dead, to be honest. The lake's absolutely rammed. There's spoms going out left, right and centre at the moment, so it's just a sit on your hands jobby. Hopefully you see a fish, act upon it, and then do the do. But that's what I'm going to do, and just wish and hope I see something. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll see you all very soon. Well, I just topped up a few spoms on the spot out there. 5 of them, so they're big spoms as well. Just want to keep that fresh bait going in, and hopefully it drops them down. But that's over the zig as well. I've put a lot of the sauce in the flat spot to try and sort of hit every level of the water column, if you like, to try and bring that zig into play. But I'm sitting open, that's all I can do. So a little update and merely keeping you in the loop. So what I've done is my left hand rod, I've actually brung it in now. I've brung it in a lot closer, and I'm fishing about just under 10 wraps, and I've put loads of naturals over the top, quite a lot of naturals. I've then cut down an orange high-vis pop-up to next to nothing, and then put about 10 maggots on top of it, and I've literally put that over the top of it on a single, on its own. So that's left hand rod. Middle rod, I am on a zig. So I was originally fishing a 6-foot zig, but what I've actually done is cut it down, so I'm probably fishing about a 3.5, 4-foot zig now. That's the middle rod. Right hand rod, I've got on a bottom bait with a Medusa on the top, and that's on a washed out pink, I think, off the top of my head. That's on the money. I've then topped up with a bit of bait over the top. Like I said, I've done the same then with the close-in rod, just with naturals, nothing else. And well, naturals and flat spot, that's all I've put out over there. And I'm going to sit back tonight now, let the night unfold. I'm probably not going to touch base with you now, hopefully, till I catch a fish, and hopefully that's very, very soon. Yeah, but for now, that's where I'm at. I just merely keep you in the loop every step of the way with this session. Like I said at the beginning of it, I wanted to take you on my journey and sort of show you every bit that I'm doing when I top up, the reasons why I top up, if I'm changing my hook links, if I'm adapting to zigs, why I'm doing that. And like I said, that is ultimately I've done that. I've been looking at my rods. I've just had a little backdrop there on the left hand rod, which is on the natural, so that's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign. I'm going to leave it, and hopefully that means the fish are over there having a good old bash on them bottom baits. Right, wow, the wind's bad, but if you see that light in the distance there, my mate has gone absolutely crazy, and we've got some lovely food coming this evening. I think we've got burgers tonight, so I'm going to touch base when I'm over there, show you what he's doing. Looking forward to it. I'm absolutely marveling as well. Homemade sauce?
Yeah, you try it.
So we've got prawnies this evening. Look at that. I apologise about the wind noise in the background, guys, but there they are. The barbecue is lit. I think we're going to have burgers this evening, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to them. So happy days. Ridge monkey on steroids. Come on the burgers and come on the carp.
I've got stops
So there we go. Corn's done.
Yeah.
Moving on to the burgers. Look at them bad boys. Whee, look at that, the bacon's coming out to play, baby. Got the burgers over here, bacon over there. So we've got some peas going on, we got some peppers going on, we also got some onions going on. We're shaking the gas canister over there to hopefully push that gas out and cook this bacon. But look at that, it looks absolutely lovely. Dinner is looking absolutely beautiful tonight. So we got the bacon in there, we got peas going on, peppers, all sorts. The bread cooking over there, and then the burgers at the end. So we're going to put the burgers in and then finish it off with this. So there it is, finished product. Looks absolutely naughty. Thank you very much, mate. Right, so pudding's on me this evening, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this over. There we go, look at that. Pineapple baked bad boy, if you like. But they're very, very nice, so I'm going to have one of these alongside Gareth, and then sit back, watch the water, and hopefully catch a carp. But yeah, look at that, absolutely lovely. Wow, that's me in for the night. Light on down there, stove there. Good night all. So I'm going to get some sleep. Come on, carp. Well, it's gone, just come up to 2 o'clock to be honest. I've been up a good few hours and can't keep my eyes open anymore. Not seeing anything, just very, very windy and pretty bleak to be honest with you, but it can happen at any time, and if it's going to happen, I reckon it's going to happen tomorrow morning. So lights out for me, and I'll see you in a bit. Oh, morning. Been watching for the last 20 minutes. I've only just got up, it's just gone 7. I've got the sun coming up in front of me now. Got the stove on down here, trying to keep my hands with it, obviously this wide open to let all this shit go out, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I haven't had nothing. I had one single beep about 10 minutes ago, and that is all I've had all night. So I'm going to just sit up now and watch it for the next couple of hours and just hope that there's something. Matey's next door's gone. Looks like he's gone, or there's someone turning up who's going by the island. There early. But yeah. Right, look at this. I'm on coffee duty this morning, and I'll do that in a second. But yeah, coffee duty. left down rod, baby. I just had about 5 beeps. Bobbin pulled up ever so slightly. No ducks, no nothing. Obviously they've been dead all night, so it's definitely something swum. Whether that's hit the line, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could have been something. But I mean, that's my left down rod. They're only 10 wraps out, so wouldn't it be nice? Last knock-ins. I've even started doing some bits. I'm starting to clean up now all the rubbish bits and bobs down there, because I've only got a couple of hours left. But well, I say a couple of hours, probably an hour and a half now, something like that. So I'm going to do all my best now to make it happen. I say do all my best. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit here and watch. That's what I'm going to do, and just hope and pray that them rods go. Hey, so I'm on breakfast duty this morning. I didn't even touch a frying pan since I've been here. I feel a little bit bad, so that's my plan of action. Mr. James King, thank you. But yeah, lovely jubbly. I've got some eggs in here as well. Look, some nice eggs. Now these are the same. Yeah, lovely eggs as well. These are nice eggs because I've had these before.
You don't get Michelin star for that one.
Well, the lads are taking a mick. I'm sat here now and I've got my bacon down here, and the eggs. I put 3 lovely eggs and they were perfect at one point, and then it fell over and it all went to poo. So yeah, I'm looking forward to breakfast. I'll show you the end product. Oh, I know it don't look much, but there you go, mate. Hopefully you can pick that up and you get home alive.
What?
Alright. Mate, I am absolutely gutted. Is an understatement. It's just going to be my last blank, last knock-ins now. Half an hour, 40 minutes, if that. Oh, come on, rods, please. Please, please, please. Them ducks are slowly moving. Them coots have pulled over. No signs of fish. And apparently there's been some smaller fish caught the other end of the lake, some 17s, 18s and stuff last night, but I'm going to stop now due to the wind. But I'm really keeping in the loop. Come on, rods. Well, guys, that's me in my car and I am now done. I'm a little bit gutted, if I'm honest, because now this is my second blank at Berners Hall. Now I will be back. I've got a few sessions. I haven't got anything booked in, but I'm definitely going to come back. It'd be nice to come back sort of beginning part of the summer. Realistically, that's when it's going to be. But I tried my best, and something that I'm definitely going to take away from this trip, because like I've said to you, I don't know if anybody remembers, but I have spoke on the channel before about taking things away. So if you've had a blank, because you've had a blank, you haven't had to refine what you're doing. Sorry, no, the opposite way round. You've had a blank, so you refine what you're doing. If you've caught, you go in, you're catching, so you don't really change or tweak anything. But when you're not catching, you do tweak things. Therefore, I think you learn a little bit more. This particular session, I was playing about with foam. Now, I always use foam. I swear by it. I have done for years and years and years, over a decade. I love the stuff. I think it's brilliant. This is the first session I've not used foam on my my 12-inch fluorocarbon 19-pound with a little D-rig on the end that I've been fishing recently. Not one tangle. Put a bit of foam on and you could see it twisting. You're almost like acting like a helicopter in the air. Being that I had that horrible crosswind, took them off, it eliminated that. So that's one thing I've definitely taken away from this session. I don't have to use foam every time, and I can be confident fishing in excess of 20 wraps with nothing on the hook. As long as I hit clip properly, I know I'm presentated and I know I'm fishing. So that's definitely something I've taken away from this one. Ben, stop worrying about foam all the time. As long as you hit clip and get a FUD, you know that link's flicked out and you're presentated every single time. So there it is. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. It was nice being on obviously the session with Gareth, and good luck this year, mate, when you're watching this with all your matchy situations, and I really do hope you come home with the gold, if you like. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I hope you like this video. If you have, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward, and I'll see you all next Sunday, 7:30. All the best. Peace out.